Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Learn and Talk podcast. Today's episode is all about energy, specifically, how to start your day with energy and a positive mindset. Many people wake up feeling tired, unmotivated, or rushed, and that feeling often follows them throughout the entire day.
That's right, Emma. The way you start your morning has a powerful impact on your focus, mood, and productivity. And today, we'll talk about this topic using clear, modern English that you can easily apply in daily life.
Exactly. This episode is designed to help you improve your English while also learning practical habits that can change how your day begins.
If you've ever said, "I wake up tired," or "My mornings feel stressful," then this lesson is for you.
Before we begin, please like this video, leave a comment, and tell us how you usually feel in the morning. Your comments help us understand you better and help the channel grow.
And don't forget to subscribe to the Learn and Talk podcast for more easy, real-life English lessons every week.
Daniel, let's start with the basics. Many people believe that energy depends only on sleep, but even after sleeping enough, they still feel tired in the morning. Others wake up with energy but lose it very quickly. So my question is, what does it really mean to start your day with energy? And why is morning energy so important in daily life? Please explain this idea using modern and simple English. Include common expressions such as start your day right, feel energized, and low energy. Also, from a grammar perspective, explain how learners can use the present simple tense to describe morning routines and adverbs like usually, often, and sometimes. Finally, how can learners talk honestly about low energy without sounding negative or lazy?
That's an excellent question, Emma. Starting your day with energy does not simply mean feeling excited when you wake up. In real life, energy means having enough physical and mental strength to begin your day calmly and clearly. Many learners use the present simple tense to describe morning routines. For example, I usually wake up at 7, or I often feel tired in the morning. These sentences describe habits, not problems. Adverbs like usually, often, and sometimes help learners speak honestly without exaggeration. The phrase start your day right means beginning the morning with actions that support your body and mind. This could include drinking water, stretching, or avoiding your phone for the first few minutes. Learners can say, I start my day right by preparing a simple breakfast. The structure by plus verb ing explains method clearly. Feel energized means having steady energy, not excitement. Learners can say, I feel energized when I follow my routine. This sentence uses when to explain cause and effect. Low energy is also normal. Instead of saying, I am lazy, learners can say, I sometimes have low energy in the morning. This sentence sounds mature and realistic. Grammar shapes mindset. Using sentences like, I am learning to improve my mornings, present continuous, shows growth, not failure. In conclusion, morning energy is about preparation, not pressure. When learners describe energy honestly and use supportive grammar, they build confidence and better daily habits.
Daniel, many people want more energy in the morning, but they don't know what habits actually help. They try many things, but nothing seems to work long-term. So my next question is, what are some simple morning habits that help people feel more energetic and focused? Please include useful expressions such as morning routine, build energy, and daily habits. These phrases are very common in modern conversations. From a grammar point of view, explain how learners can use imperatives to give advice and modal verbs like should and can. Also, how can learners describe their routines clearly in English?
Emma, the most effective morning habits are simple and consistent. A morning routine does not need to be long or complicated. It only needs to support your energy. Imperatives are commonly used for advice. Sentences like drink water, open the window, or move your body are clear and direct. Learners hear these structures often in daily English. Modal verbs help soften advice. For example, you should wake up at the same time every day, or you can prepare your clothes the night before. Should suggests guidance, while can suggests possibility. Build energy means creating habits that increase alertness gradually. Learners can say, I build energy by walking for 10 minutes. Again, by plus verb ing explains method. Daily habits create stability. Learners can say, my daily habits help me feel calm in the morning. The present simple tense shows repetition. Describing routines clearly helps communication. Learners can use sequencing words. First, I drink water. Then, I stretch. After that, I eat breakfast. This structure is excellent for spoken English. Language also affects behavior. Instead of saying, mornings are hard, learners can say, I am improving my mornings. This present continuous tense shows progress. In short, energy comes from simple actions repeated daily. When learners use clear grammar and practical language, they understand and apply habits more easily.
Daniel, my final question is about consistency. Many people start a new morning routine with excitement, but after a few days, they return to old habits. They say things like, I can't stay consistent, or I lose motivation quickly. So my question is, how can learners stay consistent and keep their energy high every morning? Please include expressions such as stay consistent, build habits, and long-term routine. Also explain grammar structures like future forms, will and going to, and conditional sentences. Finally, how can learners talk about consistency without feeling overwhelmed?
Emma, consistency is more important than intensity. Staying consistent means doing small actions every day, even when motivation is low. Learners use future forms to plan routines. For example, I will wake up at the same time, or I am going to prepare my mornings better. Going to sounds more planned and realistic. Build habits gradually. Learners can say, I am building a morning habit. The present continuous shows ongoing effort. Conditional sentences are helpful. For example, if I sleep earlier, I feel more energetic. This first conditional connects action and result. A long-term routine should be flexible. Learners can say, I stay consistent by keeping my routine simple. Again, by plus verb ing explains strategy. Avoid extreme language like always or never. Instead of saying, I always fail, learners can say, I sometimes struggle. This sounds honest and healthy. Language reduces pressure. Learners can say, I focus on progress, not perfection. This sentence supports long-term success. In conclusion, morning energy grows through patience, routine, and positive language. When learners talk about consistency as a process, they build confidence in both life and English.
Daniel, many people wake up and immediately check their phones. They read messages, news, or social media before even getting out of bed. While this feels normal today, many listeners say this habit drains their energy instead of increasing it. So my question is, how does using your phone first thing in the morning affect your energy and focus throughout the day? Please include modern expressions such as morning screen time, digital habits, and mental energy. These phrases are common in daily conversations. From a grammar perspective, explain how learners can use the present perfect tense to talk about early phone use. For example, I've checked my phone already, and how using contrast words like but and however helps express balanced opinions. Finally, how can learners talk about reducing phone use without sounding extreme or unrealistic?
Emma, morning screen time has a powerful impact on mental energy. When people check their phones immediately after waking up, their brains receive too much information too quickly. This often creates stress and reduces focus. Learners can describe this habit using the present perfect tense. For example, I have checked my phone as soon as I wake up. This tense shows that the action happened recently and affects the present moment. Digital habits shape energy levels. Learners can say, my digital habits affect my mornings. The present simple tense shows this is generally true. Using contrast words helps express balance. For example, checking my phone feels easy, but it lowers my energy. Or, I like staying connected, however, I avoid social media in the morning. These structures sound mature and thoughtful. Reducing phone use does not mean quitting completely. Learners can say, I delay checking my phone for 30 minutes. The verb delay sounds realistic and practical. Mental energy improves when mornings are calm. Learners can say, I protect my mental energy by avoiding screens. Again, by plus verb ing explains method. Language should sound flexible. Instead of saying, phones are bad, learners can say, too much screen time in the morning affects my focus. This avoids extreme statements. In conclusion, managing morning screen time helps preserve energy. When learners talk about digital habits with balanced grammar and realistic language, they communicate responsibility and self-awareness.
Daniel, my final question today is about mindset. Some people wake up with negative thoughts such as, today will be difficult, or I have no energy. These thoughts often become self-fulfilling. So my question is, how does morning mindset influence energy, and how can learners train a more positive and energetic mindset? Please include expressions such as positive mindset, mental habits, and set the tone for the day. From a grammar point of view, explain how learners can use affirmative sentences instead of negative ones, and how using the future tense helps create intention. Finally, how can learners change their inner language in English to support more energetic mornings?
Emma, mindset plays a crucial role in morning energy. The thoughts people have in the first minutes of the day often set the tone for the entire day. If someone wakes up thinking, I am tired, that thought shapes their behavior. Learners can build a positive mindset by using affirmative sentences. For example, instead of saying, I am not energetic, they can say, I am building my energy. This small grammar change shifts perspective. Mental habits develop through repetition. Learners can say, I practice positive thinking in the morning. The present simple tense shows this is a regular habit. Using the future tense helps create intention. Learners can say, today will be a productive day, or I am going to start my day calmly. These sentences prepare the mind for action. Inner language matters. Learners should replace absolute negatives with flexible statements. Instead of I can't, they can say, I am learning to. This present continuous tense shows growth. Set the tone for the day means choosing thoughts intentionally. Learners can say, I set the tone for my day with calm routines. Again, by plus verb ing explains method. Talking about mindset in English builds confidence. When learners use supportive language, their mornings feel more controlled and energetic. In conclusion, energy starts in the mind. When learners train positive language and intentional grammar, they create mornings filled with clarity, motivation, and steady energy.
Daniel, many people believe that motivation is the key to having energy in the morning. However, motivation often changes from day to day. Some mornings people feel inspired, while other mornings they feel completely unmotivated. This causes frustration and inconsistency. So my question is, how are motivation and energy connected in the morning, and why should people focus more on systems than motivation? Please include useful expressions such as morning motivation, rely on motivation, and build systems. These phrases are common in modern self-improvement conversations. From a grammar perspective, explain how learners can use general statements with the present simple tense and contrast words like instead of to explain better strategies. Finally, how can learners talk about low motivation without feeling discouraged?
Emma, motivation and energy are related, but they are not the same. Motivation is emotional and temporary, while energy is influenced by habits, sleep, and routine. Many people rely on motivation, but motivation is unreliable. Learners can explain this idea using the present simple tense. For example, motivation changes every day, or energy depends on habits. These general statements sound confident and clear. Instead of relying on motivation, people should build systems. A system is a routine that works even when motivation is low. Learners can say, instead of waiting for motivation, I follow my routine. The phrase instead of clearly shows a better choice. Morning motivation may be low, and that is normal. Learners can say, I don't always feel motivated in the morning. This sentence sounds honest and mature. Build systems means creating habits that require little decision-making. Learners can say, my system helps me start the day without stress. The verb help sounds supportive. Talking about low motivation should not include self-judgment. Instead of saying, I am lazy, learners can say, my motivation is low today. This separates identity from feeling. Grammar supports mindset. Using sentences like, I show up even when motivation is low, builds confidence. In conclusion, energy comes from systems, not feelings. When learners use clear language to describe routines, they stay consistent and energized.
Daniel, my final question focuses on mornings that don't go as planned. Sometimes people oversleep, feel sick, or face unexpected problems. On these days, they feel they have already failed before the day begins. So my question is, how can learners handle imperfect mornings and still protect their energy? Please include expressions such as bad morning, start again, and reset your day. These phrases are useful in daily English. From a grammar perspective, explain how learners can use the past simple tense to describe what went wrong and future forms to talk about recovery. Finally, how can learners talk about imperfect mornings without feeling disappointed or stressed?
Emma, imperfect mornings happen to everyone. A bad morning does not mean a bad day. The problem is not the situation, it is the interpretation. Learners can describe what happened using the past simple tense. For example, I woke up late, or I missed my routine. These sentences state facts without emotion. The key is restarting. Learners can say, I will start again now, or I am going to reset my day. These future forms show decision and control. Reset your day means choosing a new starting point. Learners can say, I reset my day by taking a deep breath. The by plus verb ing structure explains method. Talking about bad mornings calmly helps emotional balance. Instead of saying, everything is ruined, learners can say, this morning was difficult, but the day continues. The word but shifts focus forward. Using conditional sentences can also help. For example, if my morning goes badly, I take one small action. This prepares the mind for recovery. Language reduces stress. Learners should avoid words like always and never. Instead, they can say, some mornings are harder than others. In conclusion, energy can be protected even after a bad start. When learners talk about imperfect mornings with calm, flexible language, they maintain confidence and momentum throughout the day.
In this episode of the Learn and Talk podcast, we explored how to start your day with energy in a realistic and sustainable way. Morning energy is not about motivation, perfection, or forcing yourself to feel excited. It is about building simple habits, supportive routines, and a healthy mindset that works even on difficult days. We discussed how sleep, morning routines, digital habits, mindset, consistency, and flexibility all influence energy levels. We also learned that imperfect mornings are normal and they do not define the rest of the day. Energy can be rebuilt at any moment by resetting your focus and choosing one small positive action. From an English learning perspective, this episode showed how language shapes behavior. Using the present simple to describe habits, the present continuous to show progress, future forms for planning, and conditionals for flexibility helps learners talk about mornings with clarity and confidence. Positive and realistic language reduces pressure and supports long-term change. Most importantly, starting your day with energy is a skill, not a talent. It can be practiced, adjusted, and improved over time. When you focus on consistency instead of perfection and use kind, intentional language, your mornings become calmer, more focused, and more energetic. Keep learning every day, keep improving one habit at a time, and remember, how you start your day shapes how you live your life.